In the summertime, the Parks Department employs more, is the largest employer for any other department in the city. I'm Donnie Cook. I am the Parks, Recreation, and Cemetery Director for the City of Pendleton.
I'm Melissa Porter. I'm the Office Specialist for City of Pendleton Parks, Recreation, and Only Cemetery.
Michael Kessler. I'm a utility worker.
My name is Lisa Patrick, and I'm a Recreation Supervisor with the City of Pendleton Parks and Recreation Department.
My name is Jeff Hamilton. Pendleton Parks and Recreation Supervisor. Worked for the city for 18 years.
I've been with the City of Pendleton for about 10 years, working on 11 years now.
March will be a year, so next month.
27 years.
I started as a Parks and Rec Director in Rifle, Colorado, right out of college. I had an internship and then worked into that job. And I've worked in other areas. I've worked for Columbia Basin Community College doing community education, and I've worked for the City of Pasco and their Senior Services Department. So I've worked in things either Parks and Recreation specific or directly related or indirectly related to Parks and Recreation since I was 21.
Well, I moved here from Southern Illinois, so I was logging because I found a job there in Boardman. And had a phone interview when I was still in Illinois, and Donnie called me back.
So in high school, which you guys are viewing now, I was mainly interested in sports and in being a PE teacher. So when I went to college, I actually was in the PE and health department. As in the summer, I worked for the city at the aquatic center and obtained a full-time job through that, working with the city and going to college. It wasn't necessarily what I went to school for, but they worked side and side, so I was able to use my PE and health degree to be able to plan and organize activities for kids. So that's kind of how I got my in. The rest of it was all learned on the job.
As I started at the bottom, worked my way up. Through that time, I was able to learn all the ins and outs of each and every department that we represent.
So as any jobs evolve, and so I'm actually now overseeing the 8 full-time staff in the Parks Department, the 45 part-time staff at the Aquatic Center in the summer, along with some ice rink staff during the winter.
I do mechanic stuff for the mowers and all the pickups and dump trucks and stuff, backhoes.
It's a very varied job. I do the activity registrations for the Recreation Department, facility reservations for all of the park shelters, the Recreation Center, as well as the Vert Auditorium. And I also maintain the cemetery records, the official records for the state, and schedule funerals and assist with purchasing graves, as well as scheduling viewings or helping people with locating and doing research for genealogy.
I generally go through, look at budget numbers. I do that once a week. Lots of meetings, probably more meetings than any other thing.
I spend a lot of time at my desk working on email, on the phone, organizing programs for the Parks and Recreation Department. And there's a lot of details involved, puzzle pieces to fit together, timelines to follow, program ideas to brainstorm, people to recruit to lead those programs. People come to us with ideas for programs.
Average day can vary greatly. There's a lot of variety. Like I said, it can be anything from doing lots of activity registrations. During the summer, it's a lot of shelter reservations.
Just depends. I might be welding, might be doing electrical stuff, might be changing oil. It's kind of all varies. You know, like now we'd be doing snow removal and stuff like that. So do a little bit of everything.
First off, I come in and I try to catch up on the news. I see if there's anything in the newspaper about the Parks Department or the city in general, so I can inform myself on and keep up with what's happening.
My average day, I usually show up an hour before my full-time staff lay out their plan, anywhere from fixing irrigation to shoveling snow to digging graves for funerals. So I set an itinerary for my staff, break them up into teams on their skill sets. So being able to be planned and organized is a key to my job.
The variety and working with kids. You get to see a lot of activities. The excitement of kids when they get to come in and register for an activity.
These bleacher backs I'm building right now, you want them to be comfortable. You want all the sharp edges gone, so you round off all the edges and I don't know, it's just a little bit of gratification, I guess. I mean, something that's going out, and I mean, a lot of people don't even notice it, I guess, but to me, I take pride in it, so I like it.
Get out there and work in it. If you can become a camp counselor for us in the summertime with the Summer Parks Adventure program, that's a great way to see if it's chaos and craziness, but in a fun way. And it's a good way to see if that's an interest for you of working with kids and in a managing the chaos and having that positive effect on them. We've had a number of kids that have gone on to teach. That was their interest. We do look for kids that are interested in education as a career because we think it's a great way for them to explore that possibility. But that's, that's teaching and recreation, but also just get involved and volunteer with us for our special events. We had a great crew that helped us just recently decorate for the Daddy-Daughter Dance, and some of those people end up working for us on a part-time basis, so it's a good way to get your foot in the door.
First of all, I would say to get your foot in the door, maybe start out as a seasonal.
The best advice would be to see if there's volunteer opportunities, see where there's a need. Come in and talk to people. Come in and ask, hey, I'm looking to maybe do this. Is there an opportunity where I can get involved and see if it's something I want to do full-time? Is it something that I want to work into and can work into a career? Volunteer
Volunteer through the high school. If you're interested in working with us during the summer season, we usually are recruiting right around spring break time, a little before spring break. So get in early and check it out.
Go to school, get your education, use your brain, not your back. I mean, you can get into the industrial part of it, you can get into the management part of it. I mean, it just depends, really what they want out of life. I enjoy welding and building stuff and making stuff from nothing turn into something, and that's just me. Other people would rather use their head and do like the manager part of it and the paperwork, computer stuff. It just all depends really just what you want out of life. What you want to do with yourself. You either use your head or your back.
I hope many of you apply, and we'll be looking out for you.